Hello, 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 hello. My name is Claire. Welcome back to my channel. Cool Claire ASMR. So for today's video, I will be hosting a little paint and sip for you. So get your paints and your drink of choice, and whatever you would like to paint. So my choices, I have this palm tea, and I will admit this is my second time filming this, so my beverage is already open. But I will be pouring mine into this blue margarita glass to make it a bit more fun. Go ahead and pour here. Okay. And then what I will be painting is this terracotta plant pot. And as you can see, I have already painted it black all around. And that's because the first time I filmed this video, the paints were not as opaque as I wanted them to be, and I wasn't that happy with my design, so I painted it black and decided to try again with a different design. And I will be using these acrylic paints. I'm sure there are paints for terracotta pots specifically, but since this is the only time I will probably ever paint a terracotta pot, I just wanted to use what I had. So go ahead and gather your supplies and paint along with me, or just relax, and we will change angle and get started here. Alright, hello. So now you can see my plant pot. It kind of blends into my towel here. But what I've decided is I'm going to do some hearts, and then I'm going to do some lines, and kind of a more simple design, because I think I was just trying to do too much the first time and it kind of backfired. So cheers. To my non-alcoholic beverage here. Whatever you prefer though. Alright. So I will be utilizing our white paint and our red paint, because I found that the red paint was the most opaque. And then I'm going to do a bit more of a delicate design, so I want a more delicate of a brush. I have my brushes here and my little coffee mug friend. You've seen him before if you've watched any of my paint videos. Maybe like this brush. That's the one I'm going to choose. Yeah, I think this one's going to do well for us. Okay. And then of course I have my trusty paint stained cup with some water in it. You can really see in the light. Okay. Alrighty, so we got our palette here. Also has seen better days, but you know, it's all good. The lesson I learned the first time is I need to shake these do that. Okay. Instantly forgets. And the red. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my hearts first. And really no little dip of water, but no rhyme or reason here. Just going to make some hearts. So I just wanted to paint and chill with you guys because I feel like I haven't done a creative video on this channel in a little bit, but I haven't been feeling super inspired lately. But this plant that my friend got for me needed a new, more exciting home because the plain terracotta pot was pretty boring, and I thought this was a good way to lightly jump back into being creative on this channel. I've been doing some drawing on my own, but nothing that I wanted to put in a video. But this is also a good way, there's a heart. This is also a good way to kind of keep you guys in the loop of what's up with me. So like I've mentioned in my last several videos, I am currently on my first travel nursing assignment. And how it works, if you're not familiar, is every standard contract that you sign is usually for a 13-week period, and then once it gets close to those 13 weeks being up, the facility, the hospital, might ask you to extend if they, everything's going well and they still need your help and whatnot. And you can choose, if you want to extend there or not. So I'm getting close to when my original contract would be up at the beginning of June. So they offered me a 13-week extension, which would put me through the beginning of September. And I didn't really have it in my plan for the year to stay in this specific location that long, no matter how well it was going. But I was willing to extend for another 8 weeks, putting me into August. And so anyway, I had my agency, because we're contracted workers, so I work for a travel nurse agency that kind of handles all the negotiations and stuff. I had them send back the request to just do the 8 weeks, and you can put in your contract to have time off or whatever. And just to back up my story a little bit here, I had not really planned to work this summer. I wasn't put myself in a good position to just be off basically when this contract ended. But I have liked it here, and the hospital has been nice, and the people I'm working with have been really nice. So I was I'm okay to stay here a little bit longer. And when you extend, they usually cut how much you're getting paid, in which they did, but it wasn't a huge amount, so the amount of money I'd be making was still pretty good. And so I was just well, I don't want the 13-week contract, but if they take the 8, then I'm good. So I had them send it back with my time off because I had some vacations planned and whatnot. And it's funny, I needed to take like a week off and then like another weekend. And the manager is who's in control of that. And she was like totally fine with me like taking this week off in the middle of my contract. But it was the weekend that she couldn't give me because other people, like 3 other nurses, she told me already had that weekend off. So they couldn't approve my 8-week contract because of that. And, you know, if I really wanted to stay, I could have been like, oh no, I don't actually need that time off and whatever. Made it work if I like really needed to stay here, because another important thing to know is like in the summer, the contracts like are more scarce for travel nurses and like the pay isn't as good. So that's kind of why I had already planned to not work this summer, because some travel nurses I had worked with when I was still a staff nurse had kind of like warned me about that, and they were like, it's just not really worth working, like just be with your family during that time or whatever. This is what we're looking like so far, by the way. But like I said, I decided to, it's been fun here, so we'll go for it. But anyway, it didn't work out to where she could give me the time off, and the time over that weekend I needed off was actually to go see Paramore, which has been one of my favorite bands since I was like a little girl. And I have seen them live once actually, but I'm like, honestly, it was almost 10 years ago now. And yeah, so I really do want to see them again. And like I said, I could like say I didn't need the time off and just call off or whatever, but when you call off as a travel nurse, it reflects extra bad on you, right? And you lose a lot of money that way because you don't get paid like your housing stipend, or like the third of your housing stipend for that week and whatever. Basically, I would rather just not extend than not have those days off, is basically what it came down to. And I just had to like remind myself that my goal of travel nursing was more so to like travel around and stay with friends that lived like far away from me. And where I'm at now, I don't really have any friends here per se. It was just like a good place to kind of trial run travel nursing basically. And yeah, so when I was saying I wasn't really planning to be here that long, I was like, I could do the secure thing and stay where I'm comfortable and like all this stuff, but I kind of want to like push myself and not take the safest route per se, and just also just enjoy some time off this summer, because that's what I want to do. And my mom and I have planned a trip already, and I'm just excited to enjoy my summer, and I'll try for my next contract in the fall basically, and the contract should be going back up by that time. But yeah, it's a little weird to be choosing to be unemployed basically, but this is kind of what I want, and I'm excited about it. I'm gonna add another heart, maybe like in between the lines here, or the lip of the pot. So yeah, that's what's up with me. So when you see that the background of my video changes again to my original filming location, that's because I am already done here, and the 13 weeks went by incredibly fast. And I mean, I'm still here for like another month, but it'll go by super fast because the months definitely go by, but I'm trying to keep that. We are where we're supposed to be in the year, you know. Time is passing appropriately. I really don't like that one on the edge here. I'm just gonna carefully wipe it off. I just don't think that looks very good. Okay. So I won't be doing that again. So yeah, that's what's up with me. And like I said, it's scary, but it's also exciting. And yeah, I'm looking forward to doing some more traveling this summer and seeing a band I love and all that sort of thing. And where I hope to go to next will be where I have friends, so that'll be fun too, to spend some time with my friend. And yeah, it's an exciting time, but it's been, you know, last couple of years have been tough, and I just feel like I've been in endless like work and grind mode as I was working through the pandemic as a new nurse, and then I was finishing my bachelor's degree online, and then I was just kind of like in limbo for the last year or so, kind of deciding like if I wanted to buy a house, if I wanted to travel, whatever. And then I finally decided that, hey, I'm gonna go for the travel nursing thing. And it's just like not half-hearting that decision and like really going for it. So yeah, okay. So I have a basic heart design going. They're not the most evenly spaced out, but I don't necessarily like want them to be. I'm gonna put a couple kind of close to the others to kind of destroy that like perfectly balanced spacing that I could only accomplish by putting some on the lip. I'm good with nothing going there. Okay, there we go. So I've got a couple hearts. I want one to go like in between all of these, and then we can start on the white lines. I think will be good. So I hope that you're doing well and have some fun things planned for this summer as well. And if not, I hope you're at least taking the time to live intentionally, and kind of like what I was talking about in my last video with like enjoying the little things, really taking in your morning cup of tea and all that good kind of stuff. Okay, here's our hearts. Nice and random array. I'm gonna let this first layer dry and touch them up, but I'm gonna pick another brush here to do our white lines. I think this one will be good. Now I really don't know how well this white's gonna show up, so we're gonna find out together. My idea is to kind of like do a line know how I feel about this, but we're gonna keep working on it here. The delicate line work is not my strong suit, I guess. If I had my paint markers here with me, I think these would do nicely with that, but I don't, so just gotta do the more traditional way here. There's my line. Like I said, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Maybe do one that's less street. I don't know. No, I don't like it. This white does show up quite well though. Here, let me try something else to see if I want to do like little. I can do a few different things. I can do like some stuff like that. Okay. We're just gonna go for it here. We're gonna curl this line around us though. I don't know. Sure. I recently did a pottery painting class, like one of those where they have all the pre-made pottery stuff and you go in and choose what you want to paint. And I painted a mug, which I will insert a picture here, and my friend painted the other one in the picture. But anyway, we went there like right before they closed, and so that gave me like, well, not right before, but like 2 hours before they closed, and that only gave me like 2 hours to paint that mug. And as you can see, I painted it completely black, and with the pottery glaze, you have to do like so many layers of it to make it like be opaque like that, and it's like really hard to tell if you're actually doing enough or not, because the black is just kind of like gray, and so I was really like nervous that it'd be like super patchy, but it actually turned out pretty good. There was like a spot that I could tell like I didn't go over like the last time. That was a little patchy, but you know, it was better than I thought. And anyway, I was like rushing to do enough layers, so I was like, if we ever do this again, I need to not come 2 hours before close because I want to take my time and not feel rushed. Because if there's one thing I hate in this world, it's feeling rushed. I hate that feeling, which is definitely one I am well acquainted with being a nurse, but I still despise it. So. But feeling rushed in the workplace versus like something that's meant to be fun is a whole different ball game. But when I do painting videos, I can kind of have that similar feeling because my computer doesn't have that much storage. So I kind of have to limit myself on how intricate my art making can be, because after like 35 minutes my computer is ready to implode. So yeah. Okay, so this is what I've been doing. I still don't love whatever's happened there, but it's okay. I'm gonna work with it a little bit more to make it more interesting or better or more like flowy. I'm gonna do some spirals, so it's not like so harsh and random. And this one like swallowing the heart up. And I'm gonna like it a lot better if I do that. Have like a straight line coming off of this. We're just letting the piece tell us what it wants. Trying to plan too much is my downfall sometimes, I think. I think that is a lot of life's downfall, honestly. That's a good general statement for life. If you try to plan too much, that will be your downfall when it doesn't go the way you want. So yeah. But the first design I did was kind of like a floral design. But like I said, the paints were just not doing what I wanted. And I just, was not feeling it. So sometimes you gotta pivot your plan. And that's another good thing, being adaptable. It's another good life thing. Have a loose plan, but be ready to pivot at any time. This is what's happening now over here. And I feel like there's a lot of sayings out there. It's like, life's what happens between your plans or between big milestones or blah, blah, blah. But, as cheesy as those kind of sayings are, it's true. I feel like I could do a million layers to make this line as crisp as I want it to be. But I should have known better than trying to go with my original plan with super precise lines. Not really my strong suit. like a more flowy organic line anyway. Okay, let's see some of these hearts over here. We're gonna do like a little connect the dot situation happening over here. When I get too focused, I forget to talk, so I apologize. But I'm liking this okay. Okay, that's what we have cooking up over here. Oh gosh. But I'm still waiting to hear to go back to the earlier conversation about my contract ending here. I'm still waiting for the official no from like the hospital's middleman that controls all the rates and who, you know, whatever for the travel nurses. But my manager basically was like, yeah, it's not gonna work. So, because I had asked for even a shorter extension for 4 weeks and she was just kind of like, that's too short. But it's all good. But I honestly thought I would hear back today because it's a Monday while I'm filming this, but I guess they're gonna take their time. But even if they came back and said, oh, actually you can have the 4 weeks, I probably would turn it down because now I have a vacation planned and it's getting to where I need to tell my landlord like I'm gonna move out in a month. So if they wait too long, it's gonna be like, well, I already told my landlord I'm moving out, so bye. Nope, these two hearts just like molded together. The line has disappeared. That's okay. These little hearts here kind of got left in the dust. I think I'm gonna do another like squiggle line. Okay, we're getting towards the end here. But I am very like happy with my time here on my first contract. Like I said, everyone's been really nice, and like the hospital's been good, and really anything that you can ask for a travel nursing experience, because sometimes people are like mean or whatever. I don't know. Things can be weird sometimes. I feel like nursing, there's a lot of bullying in the profession anyway, so then, you know, there's kind of a us versus them mentality when it comes to like staff and travel nurses. But honestly, so many hospitals these days are run by like all travel nurses, so you know, we kind of gotta accept that it's part of that. And you know, I was a staff nurse up until like 2 months ago, so I was never mean to any of our travel nurses, because without them we'd have no staff. And where I'm at now, have like 2 full-time nurses that are actually staff, and then everyone else that's a staff nurse is like PRN, so like as needed, so they're not there very often. And then all travelers, so that is the reality. And hospitals are gonna have to do something about it eventually. But for now, they're just riding the wave of letting temporary staff run healthcare, so yeah. All right. Well, I'm getting to where I'm running out of storage space. So here is what I have so far. But I'm gonna touch up the hearts and then show you the finished product. So, alrighty. So here is my finished piece with my plant back in it. I'll set up a better shot here, so you can see a natural light. But that is everything. For this video. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.